We farm about 11, between 11 and 1,200 acres, mostly grass seed crops. Well, I think there's some concern with the fertilizer leaching. We don't have the problems here that some areas of the country do with the nitrates in the groundwater, but that certainly is a concern. We also have some concerns with volatilization. Sometimes we'll put fertilizer out and the ground's quite moist, and the next day we get a nice warm day, and we're always wondering how much we lose on days like that. So we have some interest in trying to get the use out of what we're purchasing and putting on the crops. With the higher prices of fertilizer, everybody's going to try to get the total value out of what they're purchasing. They don't want to throw money away, but it doesn't really matter if prices are high or low. You still want to be efficient in what you're get the most value out of the purchases you're making and the inputs you're putting on your crop. To adopting the NutriSphere technology, I'm not sure there was one deciding factor. Certainly the ability to use less fertilizer and get the same amount of crop response was certainly an issue, but the fact that we could put the fertilizer on in one application rather than the split applications as we have been doing was certainly a deciding factor as well. Sometimes we don't get the weather to put fertilizer on the split applications, and so sometimes that gets either late or way too early, and you're always wondering if you're doing the right thing. And so being able to put it on a little bit earlier or whenever you can, and getting the fertilizer on the plant so the plant can use it whenever it's ready for it, that was certainly a good aspect of using the NutriSphere. This year we've used NutriSphere on pretty much all of our acres. Well, we haven't planted the vegetables yet, so we've put it on probably about 900 acres. Put everything on one application with our urea and sulfate. So when they blended the fertilizer, the NutriSphere went on the urea, and then the sulfate went into the mixer, and then we had a little bit of potash that went in on top of that for a blended mix. Well, I think using the NutriSphere as far as environmental factors goes, if the NutriSphere keeps the nitrogen in the soil rather than letting it leach out, I think that's certainly a great benefit. We keep the nitrogen out of the runoff or the groundwater percolation into the groundwater, the water percolation into the groundwater. I think that's the big benefit. And then just the fact that we're able to use less and get the same result. I've seen plenty of data. The company, our fertilizer company, has made a lot of data available to us on both the NutriSphere and the Avail products to show the results they have had in tests and plots, and I don't really see a reason that we shouldn't be trying it, and I don't see a reason why it shouldn't work here, but we haven't had a track record in the area. But why should it be different? I don't know why it would be. So I think it's a good deal. I mean, I think it's something that growers ought to be looking at.